Hello everyone, so this is video coverage for chapter Developing Marketing Strategies and Plans from the book Marketing Management by Kotler and Keller. Here you can see the agendas and some more to these agendas. A successful marketing is when it creates the most value. And when does it create the most value? There are three stages to creating value. See it from the perspective of the manufacturer and the customer. Manufacturer can have two stages. First is choosing the value, what value on which they're gonna work, which transactions, with which segment it's gonna target. Then comes it will sell it to, it will provide, it will set a price. Okay, and for customer as well, there will be two stages: before buying and after buying. So before buying they should know it, which is communicating the value, and the second stage is getting the actual value, which is as common as the providing value from the side of seller. So here this should match, which is the product features, prices, distribution. This should match between those two. Okay, to understand this value creation better, there is a model called Porter's value chain. This tool helps in understanding how the value can be better delivered. So a firm is a synthesis of activities performed to design, produce, market, deliver, and support its product. So there are basically two activities. It, one can be called primary activities and another secondary. So primary activities include these inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, and how this reaches till the customer. Okay, but there are and one activity ends at a point of time and second starts. But there are some activities which will support all these activities, which are called support activities, which are the infrastructure which will have to be there all the time: the HR management, the technology development and procurement, etc. And then after getting some margin, it will reach the consumer. So this is the way the value is being created. Let's talk about core competencies. Uh, Even though value creation process is taken care of, the cost and performance needs to be taken care of, and benchmarking against the competition needs to be taken care of so that we can improve. And the firm's success will largely depend upon many other factors, which are essentially the core competencies, which lies between the coordination between the departments and the processes which are core to the business. So these five competencies are needed for any business, which are market sensing process first. Okay, so one business needs to understand its market, gather the information correctly, and offering realization that which offering will benefit it the most, and how can it acquire the customers, and how can it uh, bring a good relationship with the customer and fulfill the needs. So to continue the core competencies, a firm should outsource only less critical resources, okay, which they can surely say that they can outsource better than the production that they can do. Okay, and there are three characteristics of the core competency. First is it gives the source of competitive advantage, and it is it has the application within a wide variety of markets, and it's difficult for the competitors to imitate. Okay, so a business need to realign themselves to maximize core competencies. This has three steps, which is redefining the business concept, redefining or reshaping the business scope, and repositioning the uh, company's brand identity. So in a way it's STP. Okay, so now to ensure marketers execute the right activities, They must prioritize strategic planning in three key areas. First is managing the business as an investment portfolio. Like if a part of business is not doing good, he should remove it considering the overall effect. If it is good for overall rather than individual, it should be there. Okay, and assessing not just that way only, but to take care of market when market is down, and if that business can do well, so it has to be there. Then assessing the market's growth rate and company's position in the market, establishing a strategy. Obviously, the marketing plan is the central instrument for directing or coordinating the marketing efforts. It operates at two levels: strategic marketing plan and tactical marketing plan. So what's strategic marketing plan? It lays out the firm's value proposition and what's the core values that firm have. But the tactical is specifies what tactics, what kind of features it's and how it is going to see the market. Okay, let's talk about corporate and division strategic planning. The corporate headquarters undertake basically four planning activities. The first is defining the corporate mission. So under this, we typically answer to that what our business is, who is our customer, what value we're bringing to the customer, and what our business will be. Okay, or what our business should be rather. So for that, we need to understand business here, right? So there are various definitions to business. In a way, it is a customer satisfying process. Some say that it is about selling a product, and some say it's about focusing upon the potential market. So what exactly do we need to, how do we form the corporate mission? So to form a mission, a clear thoughtful mission statement, to come up to a clear thoughtful mission statement, we need to do it collaboratively with the shared managers, employees, and often customers, provided a shared sense of purpose direction that we have. So a good mission statement would focus upon the limited number of goals, stress on company's major policies and values, uh, define the major competitive spheres within which company will operate, and will keep a long-term view, and will be short, memorable, and meaningful as possible. So it is just like this. It's BCG matrix where it shows that market potential and market share. When both are low, it's a dog and we should leave it immediately. Whereas if market share is high, the market potential is high, which means we have star and we should stick to this business. Whereas if the market share is reducing but the market potential is high, so we don't know actually. Okay, so if market share is reducing, it's a cash cow that whatever uh, how much we can get from this, just get it, and otherwise we don't know what kind of business is it. Now after setting up corporate mission, SBUs, and finding from where to what to do. Now, how do we assess the growth opportunities? So, it includes planning new businesses, downsizing, terminating older businesses, and all. So, when do we need, if there is a difference between the desired sales and the current portfolio, definitely there is some strategic gap which you can see over here in this graph. And to bridge this gap, we have three kinds of approaches to it. One is intensive, integrated, and diversification growth. So what's intensive growth? Will uh, step back for now. We'll discuss about it in a greater detail. Integrative growth is basically to build or acquire businesses related to the current one, which increases the sales or profits through backward or forward or horizontal integration. So what forward backward integration is, that where are you in the value chain process right now? If you're, let's say, a manufacturing plant, so you can acquire the retail showrooms for yourself. So that's the forward integration. And if you are a manufacturer and you purchase a supplier's plant, so you go for the backward integration, and same way you can think of horizontal also. And now diversification growth is finding the opportunities to add attractive unrelated businesses. Okay, so you uh, kind of take the sense of the market and go for the opportunities where you can expand your business. So let's talk about intensive growth. So intensive growth is about finding the opportunities within the business, within the current business. So there are, if we are going for a existing product and existing market, it's market penetration. Okay, so you do better uh, promotion and all. And if you are going for a new market but with the existing product, you're definitely going for a market development strategy. And let's say if existing market with a new product, you're going for a new product development. But if you're going into both new, okay, so you're reviewing your opportunities to develop new product for a new market. There's two terms which can help your understanding. A company's organization consists of its structures, policies, and corporate culture, all of which can come dysfunctional in a rapidly changing business environment. And corporate culture is the shared experiences, stories, beliefs, and norms that characterize an organization. Now that we're done with the corporate strategic planning, we need to move to business unit strategic planning. So this process includes 6 steps. The first is to define the business mission. The second is to do SWOT analysis to find the strengths, weakness, and opportunities and threats of the business, and then goal formulation accordingly. So that goal must have the 4 criteria that must be arranged hierarchically from most to least important, and objectives should be quantitative whenever possible, so figures are important, and goals should be realistic and objectives must be consistent. Now, what kind of strategy you're going to have for your business? Porter says there are 3 kind of generic strategies. First is overall cost leadership, that you're playing on the cost, you're keeping your product's cost low, and otherwise you're doing a kind of differentiation in your product, that your product is different from the other people. That's why you people go run over your product. And focus many strategy partnership takes the form of marketing alliances. So 4 categories are there. Uh, so you go for alliances like product or service alliances. You collaborate with a different company and you market your product well. Okay, and there are promotional alliances where one company agrees to carry a promotion for another company. Okay, logistic alliances, that you agree with another company for better logistics. Or pricing collaboration, that one or more companies join in a special pricing, that if our product somebody purchases together, will give them discount. So in a way you are uh, inducing your promotion. And that's a third kind of strategy which focus on many kinds of partnerships. Okay, and then fifth step is program formulation and implementation, and then feedback and control mechanism should be established. So how do you go about your marketing plan? It should be in a written form where marketer has learned the marketplace and indicated all the required things, and objectives are clear in it. So it should contain these things, which are executive summary and TOC, a situation analysis, marketing strategy, tactics, financial projections, and implementation control. Thank you guys.